I'm sitting outdoors, so I do hope you guys can hear me clearly and properly. It's been a while since I've done a live, but today just seems like the ideal time for me to do this live as I'm sitting out in nature. And honestly, I've spent a lot of time in nature in the last month or so, and I just feel there's been such a change that I really wanted to um, do this live and share. Can you see the beautiful flowers behind me? There they are. So there's a saying by Albert Einstein: look deep into nature, and you will understand everything. So here I'm asking you, how often do we actually look deep into nature? Many of us are actually living a very balanced and healthy lifestyle, but we don't realize how nature deprived we all are. And it's true, because it isn't easy. It isn't easy for us to live a life in nature, but there are many things that we can do to find ourselves spending more time in nature, with nature. There's a study done, a British study in 2007, which shows a walk in nature reduced depression in 71% of the participants. Now, that's how powerful nature can be. There's also Japanese research which was done, which showed uh, that people who lived closer to forests had way significant lower rates of any form of cancer. Sorry, there are a lot of monkeys around. I'm just wondering and hoping it wasn't one of the monkeys jumping on. Sorry for the distraction. Well, there are a lot of benefits of being out in nature, but then you see there are also these little things that would tend to happen, but it's stunning. Well, being outdoors provides you with lovely benefits of getting sunlight, giving you the much needed vitamin D that you really want, and it stabilizes the melatonin levels in our body too. When we spend, which when we spend a lot of time in front of the computer, does obviously is offsetting that. Everything we need to heal ourselves is within our reach, as nature really intended. Unlike pharmaceuticals, surgery, or even counseling, any of them, nature is free and it's available to all of us. Um, Even sitting out inside and looking at a photograph of nature is really healing. The basics behind the thing that nature is healthy. There's a concept base, nature is healthy, and that goes back decades. It is something which you look at our grandparents and the older generation, our parents. I mean, there's a difference in their immunity, in the way they live, in everything about themselves. Seriously, I was just having a conversation before the live with my maid over here, and her father works for us, and we call him Swami, and he must be like 85 or 95 years old. I don't know how old he is, okay? He's been with us forever, and they're still solid. They don't need any medication. They don't need anything. They've just made do with nature and nature products, even for any ailments that they've had. So here's a question: what can we do for ourselves? Well, get outside. I know it sounds ridiculous because we're busy. We're in a car. We have to go to an office. We have to go here. We have to go there. And then this is noisy outside, and then it's raining over there. Still, there must be some way we can actually find just 10 minutes to step out somewhere and just get some breath of fresh air into our lungs. I mean, that is really something we could do for ourselves. Another thing you can do is actually, which a lot of people are starting to do, and I think it's made a huge difference to me personally, is include a lot of plant-based foods into your system now. A diet which is rich in vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and so many superfoods to think about today. The spirulina, the maca, the wheatgrass, any of these contain absolute healing properties. And they come straight from Mother Earth. They give us the actual nutrients. So this is what we should be using, really. And obviously, I'm talking about, when I'm saying plant-based, I'm talking about more the organic fruits and vegetables. It's not easy, I understand, but we have to work towards our overall health, don't we? Well, the other one I love to say is go crazy with plants. Put a plant in your office, or wherever you spend time. It could be a drawing room. You're just sitting in a room. Just put some plants there. Because studies have actually shown that a plant in a room can improve your energy, it can decrease pain, it can improve cognition. There's a study done that showed that placing a plant in a hospital room reduced the time spent in a hospital. It decreased the need for pain medication, reduced the negative comments that the nurses would put in there also. It's amazing, but there is so much that. Sorry, I just realized that there were no comments coming in. Hi, I just saw these. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Vipma. Hi, Kalpa. I'm sorry I've missed seeing. If any of you have any questions, please, now that I've seen all the comments and I'm happy to discuss these with you too. Well, then there was go crazy with plants. Then, of course, there's exercise outside. I mean, if I tell you, come on, go for a run on a treadmill or go for a run outside in nature, if and when possible, what would you choose? I mean, I don't think we even need to discuss this. Go for a walk, go by the river, go in a park. If nothing else, just figure out, try and get your feet, bare feet, on earth, and just imagine, just feel the energy when you do that. It's like, your whole body gets energized. It's incredible. Okay, so this is an interesting story I have to share with you, okay? There's a gadget and it's called M-Wave. Okay, if you're interested, just message me and I'll tell you all about it later. So the M-Wave is right here as I'm talking to you. Okay, it's a little gadget, tiny little gadget, and you attach it to your ear, and you get exercises to work around, basically to figure out whether you're coming from your heart and it's your stress levels and stuff like that. So the last 4-5 days, every day that I go for a walk, I put it on. And then it's lovely because there are there's a red, the blue, and the green. The green is when you're in really high coherence, that love with yourself, that everything that's happening, that being in the now is there. Okay. So, of course, when I'm out for a walk and I'm out in nature, I seem to get quite a bit of the medium and high coherence. And when I'm sitting in the room, I'm just having a conversation with somebody. Very often, okay, I don't know if you can see me, it's really bright out here, I'm sorry. Okay. Very often, I feel that there is no coherence at all. At a time like that, what I actually turn around and do, I was trying to actually switch this on to show you how it works, sorry. So, very often what I do is I actually close my eyes and I think of the feeling when I'm out for a walk in nature. And the minute I start thinking that, I promise you it turns green. It's just so wonderful. It just shows you how powerful nature can be. Seriously. It's, another thing which I would suggest, which I'm going to start doing soon, because my house is under renovation, I can't do it right now, honestly, is to I want to start growing your own herbs. We can just get tiny pots and grow all kinds of herbs. You can grow mint. It's so easy to grow these: coriander, oregano, rosemary, whatever it is, anything that you want to grow. I'm having tea outside, and it's fresh mint from the garden, by the way. And you know what? When you get all these, you can grow. Once you grow them, you can add them to your food. You can add them to your juices. You can just take mint and have fresh mint tea or any other herb. You can have any other herb tea that you want. Another way to actually give back to nature is to donate to a foundation or a service that helps people, who are working hard to protect and save the planets, the animals that we live on. So I started this a while ago, and every year for my husband and my children's birthdays, I donate an amount which they give you a certificate of the number of trees. It's called Grow Trees, and I just give an amount of money, and they plant certain number of trees depending on how much you give. I think I'm going to go and see it one of these days too. But it's lovely because I think any way that you can give back to Mother Earth is also wonderful. Uh, we not don't often get the opportunity to be out sitting in nature. So when that's the case, I think when you do when you're driving somewhere and you get to see a tree, even if you're just looking at a tree, just look at it, but be mindful that you're looking at a tree. Look at a garden that you're passing by. Anything, just be present of any form of nature that surrounds you. Just be connected to nature in any way when you can be connected to nature. Okay, engage all your senses in being with nature in whatever way you can. When you're spending time in nature and you're doing this without you knowing it, you actually get what is it? You get exposure to all these unseen elements that are these are all affecting your body. They're your brain, your body. They're positively affecting your body. Whatever you're doing, just do it mindfully. Okay, spending time in nature, engaging all your senses, observing all your surroundings. But when you're doing this, do it without judgment and just appreciate everything around you. And you bring yourself to a state of calmness. Seriously. If nothing else, you know what you can do? Look up in the sky. Because I swear, wherever you are, you just have to look up and you can see the sky. Anything. And that itself, looking at the giant, wonderful sky itself, is such an amazing and healing feeling. But being aware when you're doing that, why you're looking at that. So I'm going to end this little live with a Khalil Gibran's quote, which says, "And forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair." So here we go. Hope you enjoyed this. And if there are any questions, I'm very much here for you. Happy to answer anything you have. Enjoy yourself and hope you get to get out a bit of nature and cherish what you do. Big love. Bye.